Hey traders from around the world, welcome to your Monday real life stock review. I trust you're doing amazing, sensational, and splendid. We have so much to talk about today. The Bulls were on parade, man, showing out in a big way. So here's the SPY, and you got yourself a really comfortable, cute little pullback and just a nice gap up today. It was a retest gap on the SPY, and most markets today didn't even retest. I mean, there were a few out there, and I'll kind of show them to you, but realistically, you just had a very, very good pre-market resistance level that just broke immediately and just ran. Here's your support resistance right there, and it's the support resistance right here based on this candle. And the very first 5-minute candle that came out, I mean, it did retest technically. So there's the pre-market high. So we broke out, and there's the retest. And that's it. That's all you got on the SPY as far as the retest is concerned. Just 3-minute retest on the pre-market high of the day breakout, and she was off to the races. Beautiful move. Really, really interesting move. So here's what I'm thinking is going to happen on the SPY. This just makes a lot of sense. I don't know if it will actually occur, but this is what I'm kind of planning on, is for us to continue a little bit higher up into like 284. And then everyone goes bullish, and then we try to trade all the way back down to like 268. I think that would be a lot of fun. I don't know if that actually is what happens, but that would just be pretty entertaining overall for the most part. It'll make for some great day trades, and it'll make for some good swing trades as well. And at this particular juncture and point in time, I'm just going to wait it out and see what the market does. But today is a retest gap, and I do anticipate this gap to fill on the SPY in the next 2 months. Otherwise, today was a very, very profitable day for the traders in the morning day trading room. For real life trading, we just absolutely nailed it. Boeing was obviously a very strong gap, and it was a fadeable gap. This is a gap down. It was a blue chip stock that was gapping into support, and very similar to the exact analysis that I talked about on how to fade blue chips. If you guys want a video on that, it is entirely free and a very useful video, how to fade blue chip gaps. So feel free to watch this video if you want, but right there, only 1,700 views 3 months ago. Feel free to check that one out, because that's exactly how and why we faded Boeing today and just totally dominated this one. Really, really good move. I did get out a little early, apparently. So we got out here for 1.5 Rs. Could have sold right here for 2 Rs. So, it was a 1, 2, it was a wave 3. I should have known this was going to be a wave 4 and just hold through that retracement and then gotten a little bit more. Today was one of those days I mentioned in the chat room that I could have done a lot better as far as just profits go. Here's my little note. I left about 5 Rs on the table. So I played, everything we played it well, but I definitely could have played a little bit better. Anyway, so a really good fade on Boeing. Great job for everyone who played that one. Also, shout outs to Alexandra, who was messaging me about how she played Boeing and got a really good trade on that one. So congratulations. That is beautiful stuff. Very nice fade. Google was the other one that we were playing. So again, if I hop over here to the day trading room, this is the Slack channel. Shout outs to Michael Ward for getting 2 Rs on Boeing. That was really, really good stuff. And Ricky, who is one of the best option traders in the world, in my opinion, he lives in Australia and part of team at Real Life Trading Australia, just absolutely dominated Boeing for 4 Rs, playing on the 1-minute chart right there. So great trade, Ricky. That was beautiful. I'm just trying to pull up where the post was. So here was the Google. So I did a Google day trade as well. And so we did Google. So this was the Google day trade, and then we did a Boeing day trade right here. So these are the 2 trades that we posted, and I got out of Google way too early. Way too early. This is one that I'm a little sad about. I'm going to cry about it later, but it's okay. Entry was here, stop loss was right there, and we got out right there. Just way too early. I probably would have been upset on this one even if I got out for 2 Rs, because Google was an absolute fire monster today. Just gorgeous. Continuation trade, very, very small gap. But the reason I played Google bullish today was mostly because of this trend. Bunch of nice white candles in a row, made a new high, retested right into the 20, beautiful S-curve. So that was a gorgeous S-curve on Google, nice continuation, very pretty move, and just a great gap. So, again, overall in the day trading room, getting 1.5 Rs on Boeing. We got 0.3 Rs on Google, selling it just way too early. And I did try to take a bearish trade, like an absolute noob, apparently, on Square. We only lost 0.4 Rs on this one. This was kind of a hedge. When I was actually taking it, I was like, hey guys, make sure that you lose very, very small in this trade if you do take it. Nicole actually took it with only 0.5 R. Because again, it was a hedge that if the market was going to go down, then maybe we win on it, but it was just a very small gain. So here's Nicole, it said stopped out, only risked 0.5 R on Square. So again, it was no big deal. Didn't really want to play it that aggressively as far as the bears are concerned, but you did have a shaved top candle, and it did eventually close below the low of the first 5-minute candle. So what I was anticipating was that maybe, Square would do this, 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 that, and that. So that's where we got in. Bearish was here with a stop loss up there, and once it didn't roll over right here, lowered the stop, got stopped out there on Square. Could have actually flipped. And so if I flipped the position, that would have actually made an R on Square. But I didn't flip, which is no big deal. And Square closes up 1.5% on the day. So ticker symbol SQ, doing some good things, looking pretty, making some nice movement. Speaking of nice movement, I got some wonderful news to share with everybody. So last Friday, I posted this particular classroom that our goal was to enrich their lives. This is Kids Month after all, and we're finding an exceptional way to give back to our communities and to help other people out. This was funded in 10 minutes of me posting the link. 10 minutes. So as soon as I posted it, 10 minutes later, boom, fully funded. So I mean, that is amazing. So I had a lot of real life traders who were like, hey Jeremy, we want to help out. We want to do something. This one's fully funded. What do we do? So I went and found another one. And this one got funded in an hour. So I found another one. This was another Chicago, Illinois school. This Trejos class, grades 9 through 12. And we're going to give them some ordinary supplies with extraordinary results. So this was, this is her write-up. But yes, so this is one that was fully funded. Again, thank you so much, real life traders out there in the world. Just incredible, incredible people. So here's what we're going to do. I found a fun one. This is going to be our most recent one that we're going to do together. And I like it because it only has 3 days left. So only 3 days left. This particular school, Miss Roberts School in Greenfield, Tennessee, they need $314. We've already had 3 donors so far. Let's go ahead and get this one fully funded. Ladies and gentlemen, this is, again, one of our goals and our missions for March is to find a classroom like this 3 times a week and just impact their lives financially. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, you do not have to make a sizable donation. You can just put in $1. And if 300 of you put in $1, then this goal will be met. So just something to think about. If you took some great trades today, made some good money, put a little bit of it towards this, and then we will have another one on Wednesday. Let's go ahead and hop back into some stock charts really quick. Shopify hitting my Q2 2019 target. SHOP 239 was the target. We actually closed at 239. So Shopify had a really good move. Scott McKay, who was the trader who actually came into Nashville and traded with me for about a week, he bought to close a put sale that he had on Shopify for a really good win. So this trend, strong. Buy the dip. Here's Facebook, ticker symbol FB. Facebook, a little bit of an upper shadow, a little bit of a retest gap. Again, almost a perfect shave top candle. So at some point, I expect these gaps to fill on the SPY and on Facebook. I don't know if it happens tomorrow or later this week or next week, but I think at some point they could fill. That doesn't mean that we're going to go to zero. It just means that, we fill the gap, we trade down a little bit lower, and then we bounce. The trend, for no question, on Facebook right now is bullish. Speaking of bullish, I've been talking about how much I like NVIDIA bullish over the last few days. And here's the 100 simple moving average, 164.01. Ladies and gentlemen, keep a very, very close eye on how we interact with that, because this thing could be on the verge of breaking out of this triangle pattern and breaking out of the 100 simple moving average. A lot of traders have some put sales on this. A lot of traders also have some shares in this one. I had a trader ask me earlier today if this is one to go bearish on, and my answer was no. Don't go bearish on NVIDIA. In my opinion, looking at the weekly chart, you just have too much bullish volume coming in down here, too many white candles, and we still need to trade back up to 198.56 because all of the other stocks in that industry have already done that. Well, maybe not necessarily all of them, but a lot of them. A lot of them have already come back up to the 100 simple moving average on a weekly, and NVIDIA has not. So taking into context the daily volume and the weekly volume that's coming in and the moving averages and this particular triangle pattern, keep a real close eye on this one, folks. We're trading sideways right now, but eventually we can start breaking out. Love this 140 put sale for March 29. Falco has a covered call. That looks pretty, so that's doing its thing. Had another trader request ticker symbol BE, Bloom Energy Corporation. What's interesting about Bloom is it hasn't been around that long and is actually working on posting a double bottom. So this is a double bottom on the weekly chart. It closed above. It's retesting the neckline. Looks all good there. Here is the daily chart on Bloom Energy, and a good amount of volume came in today. Nice little morning star. And if I zoom into the hourly chart, I mean, realistically, it looks pretty good. So my thought on this one is, if you're looking at going bullish on Bloom, you could probably hop in about here. What would this price be? Yeah, 15.08 with a stop loss around 12.99, something like that. If you want a little bit of a safer trade, you could wait for it to break the high of today. But yeah, either way, you can definitely be keeping an eye on Bloom. I'll put that on the list for Energy Wednesday in the afternoon swing trading room. And last but not least, had tons of people ask me about Tesla recently. Most traders that I know are playing Tesla either with shares and just buying as low as they can to sell as high as they can, or are doing option sales. So selling some puts to capture the volatility. There is still a lot of premium on Tesla for April or May. May is obviously the most premium, but you still have some premium down here at 165 for May expiration, which I know is a good 2 months away, but that's also 45% away from the actual stock value. So you're getting paid premium to wait to see if Tesla actually trades down 45% in 2 months. While although it's possible, I just think it's unlikely. Anyway, that's my thoughts on Tesla. I think it's a nice little buy low, sell high. I mean, it's obviously trading very sideways. I'd love for it to trade down into 240. I think that would be a phenomenal buying spot. But what we did last week is we traded into the 200 simple on a weekly chart, which it's safe to say we have bounced off of the 200 simple on a weekly before. So anyway, right now, Tesla looking good. Folks, that's what I got for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's absolutely just shower Miss Roberts' class from Greenfield, Tennessee with some love, and let's continue enriching lives together. Folks, you are amazing. I will see you next time, and until then, love life, and trade it. Bye.